पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने वरदृश्ये नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणं। हरे कृष्ण एवरीवन, धन्यवाद। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिनैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण एवरीवन, धन्यवाद प्रणाम। Thank you so much for joining. Mansi Mataji, are you there? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol Mataji, thank you. Mataji, actually there is a request. Padma Mataji, I'm extremely sorry. I was unable to find about Shyam Sundar form and I did not message anyone. I'll take some time, please. But in case Mansi Mataji or anyone else, if you are aware of what is the difference between the name Lord Krishna and Shyam Sundar, please
Yes,
help
yes,
Mataji.
it's okay, Mataji, no problem. You take your time, Mataji. It's okay.
Thank you so much. I thought maybe if Mataji is there, she can help us out. Yeah, thank you,
So,
Mataji.
Mataji, I was a bit
Ma-
curious. This was in my mind since some time back. So at that time, that thought came to me. So I asked you. It's
So,
Yeah.
okay,
No, no,
Mataji,
Mataji.
that's
No,
fine.
the meaning of the two names, is it?
no.
Yes, Mataji.
What's the difference? Which is there's an
Difference.
Krishna, Krishna. Because what I heard was Shyam Sundar name is more powerful because it's in Vrindavan. That's why I want a little clarity on that, Mataji.
Okay,
Hmm.
about the power of the name, I don't know, Mataji. We'll have to check.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji. What I was like trying, I was able to find something, but I don't know the evidence, what can really back up that thing. But it is like that Lord Krishna name, as we understand, that is the supreme name, principal name, Mataji. And the other thing is, maybe it could be related to the Bhava or people who are in Vraja, they can, I mean, they are eligible enough to say that. I'm not sure because Srila Prabhupada did not mention anything as such. So I cannot say what is right,
Yeah.
Mataji, with respect
As
to
per
this.
me, Mataji, what I was thinking, maybe my guess, maybe I'm wrong. Krishna is a universal, like a universal. For everything Krishna, even with his Sakat is Krishna, with everybody is Krishna, right? But when
Mhm.
it comes to Radha Rani, he is Shyam Sundar. That's what I think, but I don't know
Okay.
because he's in
I'm sorry.
Vrindavan. Maybe I'm wrong. None of us know that, so that's why I was a bit curious to know this.
Yeah. Or maybe
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Mataji.
Choti mo badi baat. I'm sorry, I don't know whether I can speak in front of you all, but what I have understood, to my knowledge, Shama means fair, white, and Radharani is fair. So Krishna is called Shyama Sundara, one who is attracted by Radharani. That is why he is called Shyama Sundara. As for my knowledge, this is what I have heard. There is
Okay,
one
Mataji.
song in Tamil, in South India. Shyama Sundara Madana Mohana Radhe Govinda. Radhe Govinda. Shyama Sundara Madana Mohana Radhe Govinda. It goes like this. That means the one who is all attractive, the one who is attracted by Radharani. That's what.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt.
No, Madhuri, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for
Thank you,
enlightening us.
Mataji.
Mataji,
Yeah,
Shyama Sundar, basically what I feel, Shyama is the blackish, beautiful, blackish complexion,
yeah,
just like a cloud.
yes.
Sundar is all the enchanting beauties, he's full of all the 64 qualities. That way, he's attractive,
Okay.
all attractive. Yeah, we'll see, Mataji.
Mataji,
I'm sorry,
Mataji,
I didn't
just
hear.
want to share this because this
Hmm.
also I heard in a class. Because once gopis asked Krishna, "Why are you so black?" So he gave four reasons. He said, "You want to know why?" Okay. He said, "First of all, I was born at night. That's the first reason. Second reason, he was wrapped in a black cloth and taken across the Yamuna. Third one is because their eyes are filled with black kajal and they keep on staring at him all the time. And the fourth one is because their hair is totally black. These are the four reasons.
Okay,
I don't know how it is. Maybe
fine.
people are,
Yeah,
maybe Mataji's want to glorify him in different ways. So I just thought of sharing with you, Mataji, with you all in the group.
yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Thanks. Okay, Mataji, so we'll start. Uh, we are on verse number 8, and we have to start from here. Mataji, would you like to read, please? If someone would like to read it, please. Yes.
How should I pray from there?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Okay, how should I pray? Tate, tate nukampam susamika asamanaha. My dear Lord, it is your great mercy that I have been put into this dangerous position. That is the viewpoint of a devotee. He doesn't regard danger as danger. Rather, he thinks it is Krishna's mercy. What kind of mercy? Bunjana evatma pitam vipakam. Because of my past activities, I was meant to suffer very much. But you are mitigating that suffering and giving me only a little. In other words, by the grace of Krishna, a devotee may receive only token punishment. So I continue, Mataji.
Yes, please, Mataji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In court, an important man is sometimes found to be a culprit, and the judge may be able to fine him $100,000 and know what the man can pay. But he may tell the man, "You just give 1 cent." That is also punishment, but it is greatly minimized. Similarly, we have to suffer for our past deeds. That is a fact, and we cannot avoid it. But karmani nirdhanti kintu cha bhakti bhajam. Brahma Samhita 5.54. The sufferings of those who engage in devotional service in Krishna consciousness are minimized. For example, one may have been destined to be killed, but instead of being killed with a knife, he may instead get some little cut on his finger. In this way, for those who engage in devotional service, the reactions of past activities are minimized. Lord Krishna assures his devotees, Aham tuam sarva papebhyo moksha yasyami. I shall give you protection from all reactions of sinful life. So even if a devotee has a history of very grievous criminal activities behind him, instead of being killed, he may only get a little cut on his finger. Why then should a devotee fear danger? We should simply depend on Krishna consciousness because if we live Krishna consciously under all circumstances, we shall not return to this material world. Apunar bhava darshanam. If we repeatedly think of Krishna, see Krishna, read Krishna, work for Krishna, and somehow or the other remain in Krishna consciousness, we benefit in such a way that we shall be saved from taking birth again in the material world. That is true benefit. But if we become a little comfortable because of other materialistic engagements, and if we forget Krishna and have to take birth again, then what is our benefit? We should be very careful about this. We should act in such a way that our Krishna consciousness can, under no circumstances, sorry, under no circumstances be disturbed, even if there's heavy suffering. That is the instruction of Kunti Devi.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yes, so this is a very beautiful prayer actually. Tattenu kampamam susamikshamaanaha. Let me just open it. So this is the same verse which basically talks about the properties, of Dai Bhag. One, how a person has the claim for he is the heir of Lord's property. So I'll just hide the controls. Yes, please. Yes. So this is the one. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 14th chapter, verse number 8. तत्तेऽनुकम्पाम् सुसमीक्ष्यमाणो भुञ्जानैवात्मा कृतविपाकम् हृद्वाग्वपुर्भिर्विदधान् नमस्ते जीवेति यो मुक्तिपदे सदाय भाग. So Daya Bhag, that is the rightful heir, This is one wherein if a person who is in Krishna consciousness, he continues his devotional service to the Lord with respect and also is able to tolerate all the sufferings, then such a person is surely eligible for liberation because then they have attained it, they have the rightful claim on that of being Krishna conscious. So, this is what is mentioned here that, my dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances within his heart, words, and body is surely eligible for liberation because it has become his rightful claim. So, we let's see a few instances. We have seen this from Srila Prabhupada's life also, and even from the life of a few devotees from Srimad Bhagavatam, for example. Sri Narad Muni, right? So when he was 5 years old, he was actually totally dependent upon his mother, right? So he did not have father, he had only mother, and he was totally dependent upon his mother. So one day when she was going to milk a cow, a serpent comes and bites her, and so now even his mother is also not available for his protection. So what are the qualities of Narad Muni? Sri Narad Muni was just 5 years old, and what was he doing? He considered this as the special mercy of the Lord. He was so small, so young. He did not lament, right? But when he took it as the mercy of the Lord. And what happened, when there were during the Chaturmasya, these are the 4 months period when during the rainy season there were a few saints, some sages had come. They had visited, and what was he doing? He was actually serving them. They are known as Bhakti Vedantis. So he served them and he used, and with their permission only, once he took Uchishtha, the remnants of their food is known as the remnants of the prasad, known as Uchishtha. So he took that, and just because of this he got purified. So when all these sufferings were happening, uh, he was so small, so young, and his mother was not there. So did he really lament? No, he did not lament, but he accepted it. And what he did, he started to worship the Lord. He went toward in one of the directions, it's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. And then he goes to, he goes and yeah, I'll just, yes. So, what happens? He starts to do some devotional service, he does some meditation also. This way he continues, but it's everything. How did it start? It started from Mahat Sevaya, right? Like it was the pure mercy. A person can only depend upon the pure mercy of the Lord. But at the same time, do not lament, but continue. So, what do we see? There are two things which we see from this example. That one is there were sufferings, so every person will get sufferings in their life. But the way, the perception of a person, of a normal, regular person, and the perception of a devotee, it is totally different. So, this is what is mentioned here because not only that, the causeless mercy which is given by the Lord for a devotee and a pure devotee, it is different, like I mean, cannot even say that we are devotees. At least I can talk about myself, but just to help us understand, for the pure devotee it is the causeless mercy of the Lord because the Lord wants them to get closer to himself, to the Lord. That close association is needed. This has happened in Srila Prabhupada's life also, isn't it? So many times we have seen what kind of turmoils were there. There was financial crisis, and then with respect to his marriage also, when the major setback was when his wife She gives away the Srimad Bhagavatam copy for tea and biscuits, isn't it? And when he was going in Jalduta, that time also he had two heart attacks. There were so many, even the extreme weather conditions were there. So we have seen this, but still the perception or the way the pure devotees they look towards life, it is like they are totally committed. Like Srila Prabhupada, he was totally committed to follow the instructions of his, he wanted to fulfill the instructions of his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. So this is what we understand. And they keep on suffering the reactions, but for the pure devotees the reaction is not from their karma, not from the previous karma. For the pure devotees it is for us to set an example for us. But for us, for the devotees, we usually get for a normal person, a person gets the reaction of their karma. So there is a difference between the causeless mercy and the mercy of the Lord. We get the mercy of the Lord in such a way that when a devotee sees, when he gets the difficulties or difficult situations in their life, how do they see that? How do they welcome it? They see it as that it has come to me in a very little form, in a minute form. Otherwise, it could have been too much for me. So there is so less for me to suffer. This is the perception of a devotee, in their life. This is the way they see, even for the pure devotees. But obviously, but the difference is for the pure devotees, their life is totally driven by the Lord Himself. So this is a major difference. And the reason being, see, in his mind, however, because in his mind, a devotee may still maintain the remnants of his previous sinful mentality. So the Lord removes the last vestiges. When we talk about sinful mentality, this means it could be some bits and pieces wherein that enjoying mentality is there. So the Lord removes the last vestiges of the enjoying spirit by giving his devotee punishments that may sometimes resemble sinful reactions, right? So that we can be purified. So, and once we are purified, then only we can totally engage our senses, the gross body and the subtle senses completely into the service of the Lord. Because till that point in time, there is a living person's, every person has a tendency to enjoy, right? But this, why is it happening? It is only because of ignorance. A person thinks, okay, I am the one who is the controller. I am the one who is supposed to be who's supposed to be the enjoyer. Not only that, this means that he wants to be served, the served thing, whereas they don't understand this is illusion. But when a person attains the transcendental knowledge by coming under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, they understand, they realize, oh, I have been an illusion for such a long time. I am not the one who is supposed to be the served one. I am the one who has to serve. And to whom? We always serve the master. So who is the master? Master is Lord Shri Krishna. So Ekale Ishwara Krishna Ara Sabhabhratya. Everyone else is it's only the Supreme Lord who is the master, and everyone else is the eternal servant of the Lord. So this is what we understand from here. And a devotee, and why does it happen? From where do we get this conviction that we are always under the protection of the Lord? Oh, Lord is the one who is protecting, maintaining me. It comes only once we have surrendered to the Lord. So the surrender means basically to follow all the instructions of the bona fide spiritual master. Because how is Lord talking to us? We cannot talk to the Lord directly, right? So how are we really linking with the Lord? We are linking to the Lord with the Lord only through our Guru, in the bona fide sampradaya, bona fide disciplic succession. And that is why what we do, we try to follow the instructions which are given to us by our Guru in our parampara. And that is the way we are under the guidance and the shelter of Lord Sri Krishna, because they are like, because, you know, the guru, there is a very important thing. So the guru also is giving us the instruction. So they are basically acting like a postman. So what does a postman do? What do they do? What does a postman do? Yes, please.
Deliver the mail.
They just deliver the letters which they have received, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, thank you. So do they read the letter?
No.
No.
Do they make any changes? Okay, let me just go. It's the person. Do they change the addresses, or they just go with respect to willingly according to their own wish. Okay, let me not deliver it to this particular address. Let me deliver
No,
it to some other
no, no,
address. No, right?
no,
They
Mataji.
do not. Yes, thank you, Mataji. So they don't make any changes. They deliver it as it is. So it is the authorized way of doing it. Similarly, our guru, what do they do? Our bona fide spiritual masters, they instruct us. So they give us the instructions. They give the message of the Lord as it is. That is known as bona fide parampara. So this is what we understand. Yeah. So see what we see. Yeah. So you are mitigating that suffering and giving me only a little. So this is what is the understanding of a devotee. How does the devotee take the uh, punishment or the suffering? They take it as the mercy of the Lord, the grace of Krishna. A devotee may receive only token punishment. So in the quote, that is what is written, that the person can be the just to explain this, there is an analogy that is given. Okay, the person would have committed some crime, but now the judge is deciding, okay, let him just pay 1 cent instead of just giving the entire fine of $100,000. So it depends upon him. So what is he doing? The punishment is being given. But why? And not only that, why do we give the punishment? That is also very important. The punishment is given for the purification of the person, right? So this is also very important. Uh, okay, what in case we understand from our from our Shastra and our Vedic scriptures, it is also written that a person should always be punished. And there are different ways of punishing. So when it is written that we have to suffer our past deeds, so the punishment has to be given. In case if a person is not punished, what would happen? What do you feel? What would happen if a person is not punished?
And he thinks whatever he's doing is right. And they carry
Exactly.
on with that. He can't
And
progress
He,
also.
he will
he'll commit
continue his,
same
yes,
mistake. Yeah.
Mataji. True, Mataji, he will continue. And what is happening if we understand that he cannot just get away from the law of nature, the law of karma, he cannot get away. So ultimately, what happens if a person is not punished timely, if he is not punished, and also with respect to the kind of the crime he has committed, if he is not punished according to it, the intensity of that particular punishment will keep on increasing. So what will happen after his death? He will suffer more. So this is the law of karma. So the punishment has to be given to the person. We cannot just and the very important point, most important point, as Mataji has mentioned, that he will continue with such kind of crime, right? So that is also required. Now you remember, everyone, all of us know Mahabharat, in which Ashwathama, what did he do? The son of Dronacharya, what did he do? He, in the dead of night, he wanted to kill the Pandavas, right? And what did he do instead of killing the Pandavas? He killed, whom did he kill?
The
Yes,
children,
please.
five,
Sons of Pandavas.
five sons, Mataji.
Sons of
Yes,
Pandavas. They were
Pandavas.
very innocent. Yes, they were innocent, right? It was not their mistake. Now he had to be punished. And Draupadi, she's a very kind lady, Vamaswabhav. And what does she say? No, you should not punish him. You should not punish him. And she gives a number of reasons. There are beautiful reasons given by her, that he's the son of your guru, and I cannot see his mother being, I mean, she has already become a widow. Now she should not lose her child also. Otherwise, uh, everyone knows there is a pratha which is known as sati pratha, wherein the lady after this husband's death, they go and enter the funeral pyre. She did not do. Why? Because her son was living.
Yeah.
So I don't want her to do any kind of such thing. I don't want her to be, I mean, her son was alive. She shouldn't be left alone. So she gave many reasons. Not only that,
Mataji,
even though he is the son of a Brahmana, being your guru, he has to be worshipped. He has to be respected. This is what she mentions. So now, what was the punishment? Because the punishment had to be given. Even Lord Krishna mentioned this to Arjuna, and Bhishma also had taken some vow, right? Not in this case. Sorry, the vow was not taken in this case, but yes, he had to be punished. So what was the punishment they gave? What they do, what did Arjuna do? He shaved off his head, you know, and he took out the money. He had one money, right, here in the forehead. Ashwatthama had a money, isn't it? So
Yes,
this
Mataji.
is what was the punishment that was given to him. So yeah, and this was equivalent to, taking away the life of a Brahmana. So that was the punishment that was given to him. So it was not that a punishment was not given, but whatever is relevant for that particular sinful act, that has to be given. Otherwise, the person has to, the the reaction which he is going to get with respect to that particular sin, it will continue to increase. So this is one of the most important thing. So the sufferings have to be, and not only that, why the punishment is being given? Because the purification has to happen. So that is why the sufferings have to be minimized. And so the sufferings of those who engage in devotional service and Krishna consciousness are minimized. Uh, you know, uh, since we are talking about Narad Muni, so he's such a pure devotee of the Lord that when Daksh Prajapati, he wanted to, create the progeny, Lord Brahma, he wanted to create the progeny. So Daksh Prajapati, he had how many sons? 10,000 sons, I believe, in the first round, when he had sons, he had 10,000 sons for the first time. All of them, they went to do certain kind of austerities and meditation near Narayan Saras, I believe. Yes, Narayan Saras was the name of the river. They went there and Narad Muni met them. And when Narad Muni met them, he guided them to follow the devotional service, and ultimately they became the devotees of the Lord. So they went to meditate and they went to render devotional service to the Lord. When Daksh Prajapati got to know, he felt very sad. And this time, what did he do? This time again, he just to create the progeny, he had 1,000 sons. This time also, what had happened, he had sent his sons to the same place to continue with the meditation. Why the meditation is needed? Because uh, since they had to move into the grihastha ashram before that, that austerity has to be done, that eligibility has to happen. They have to become eligible for that. So they went there for the meditation. Again, Sri Narad Muni, he met them. And this time again, he gave the same, he guided them with the same instructions, and they also followed the path of their brothers. So when Daksh Prajapati got to know, he became very angry. And just imagine, it was Narad Muni only who used to go back to Daksh Prajapati and he used to inform them that this is what has happened. Now, Daksh Prajapati, when he got to know about this time, he became very, um, angry. He became very angry. See, Narad Muni is such a sweet, pure devotee, he is. Daksh Prajapati gave him a curse, he cursed him. Everyone know about the curse, right? That you cannot stay at one particular place.
Yes, yes, yes,
And
Mataji.
yeah, and not only that, Mataji, is he used such some un irrelevant words basically, which are not supposed to be used for Sri Narad Muni. And he did not retaliate. He did not say a word, but he accepted the curse. He could have, counteracted the curse. He could have said something. He's a pure devotee of the Lord. He could have done something. He did not do anything. Instead, he accepted it. And it became a boon because now wherever he's going, he's preaching and he's making devotees. So this is the causeless mercy of the Lord. How it comes, even if a person can see it as a suffering, but no, it is not a suffering. He was cursed not to stay in one particular place, but now he's preaching everywhere. So this is the way we understand that how the Lord is giving protection and how it is considered as the causeless mercy of the Lord. And
Actually,
how it is treated as the yes, Mataji, yes,
yeah,
please.
Mataji, did Narad Muni like tell the four Kumaras also? He gave the same advice to four Kumaras also, no?
Yes, Mataji,
Then,
yes,
then
Mataji,
also, yeah,
yes, Mataji, right, that's right, Sri Narayana.
yeah. That time
I
Brahma,
think, I'm
Brahmaji,
sorry, I might not be wrong, but to four Kumaras, even Lord appeared in the Hams avatar form to give the instructions. That also happened in one of the yugas. That has also happened. Yeah.
okay. I think Mother, this what I heard was this Daksha had given, like he has he got the sons three times. 10,000, these 1,000 or
Twice,
10,000?
Mataji. No, twice. They were
Twice,
known as, yeah, twice, Mataji. 10,000, then 1,000. This time after that, he had daughters, 60 daughters.
Okay, okay,
And
okay.
then they were given to different rishis. Then to moon, it is 27 because we have 27 nakshatras, right? That ways.
Okay,
So this is available in sixth canto, Mataji.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji.
So, thank you. So, yes, so that is why what does a pure devotee do? If whatever it comes, they are always under the protection of the Lord, and they always accept it as the causeless mercy of the Lord, and they live under Krishna. They are always Krishna conscious under all circumstances. This is what is mentioned here. So, this is so true. That if we become a little comfortable because of other materialistic engagements, we forget Krishna and then we have to take birth again. So, let me just show you something from Srimad Bhagavatam. Let's try to discuss this. Very beautiful. This is from the sixth canto only. 6.6th canto. A very beautiful analogy is given. What did Narad Muni mention to the sons, to the 10,000 sons? There is something, a very beautiful analogy is there, which is given here. From there. Just give me a minute, please. Let me see if I can find it. This is in the fifth chapter. Yeah. Yes. See, when Narad Muni goes, I hope it is visible, right? I'll just
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
yes, so please see this one, sixth verse. So he says, the great sage Narada said, the sons were known as Harashvas, Haryashvas. These were the first sons. So you have not seen the extremities of the earth. He says there is a kingdom where only one man lives, and where there is a hole from which having entered no one emerges. And a woman is there who is extremely unchaste. She adorns herself with various attractive dresses, and the man who lives there is her husband. Now, in that kingdom, there is a river which is flowing in both the directions, a wonderful home which is made of 25 materials, a swan that vibrates various sounds, and an automatically revolving object made up of sharp razor and thunderbolts. You have not seen all this, and therefore you are inexperienced boys without advanced knowledge. How then will you create progeny? So, the answers are there in this only, that the thunderbolt is the the Kal Chakra. So this is the Kal Chakra, yes. So, and 23 elements, that is the body. And this is, the two rivers which are flowing, that is a creation and dissolution that happens. And where a person enters once only and they cannot get out of it, that is the Lord's abode. So, yeah, so see, there is a kingdom where there is only one male. So, that is the only enjoyer is the Lord Himself, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And He who observes everything everywhere, He is full of six opulences. Then there is a hole, right, from which does one person does not return. So now there are, see, if a person enters the Vaikuntha Dham, then a person does not return to the material world. But just think about it, this is the only place, because if even if a person enters into the material world, there are chances for him to come out of this hole, right, because of devotional service to the Lord. But Vaikuntha Dham is the place where you don't have to and you don't wish to come out of it. One does not return to the miserable condition of life. So when we are talking about that, we forget, a person gets into materialistic life, so what is the use of jumping like monkeys? Then there is a women, this is our intelligence, the mixed with the mode of passion, our intelligence becomes unsteady, and thus the intelligence is no longer vyavasayatmika buddhi, right? We are not one. We don't have one pointed spiritual intelligence. We don't use our intelligence in the right direction. And what does she do? She keeps on changing the dresses just to attract one's attention. Just imagine, uh, if we consider it two ways, like we keep on changing the dress of the body. What are we doing? We are just trying to attract attention of we are just trying to fulfill our we are sense gratifying our own senses. Only sense gratification is going on. That is what we are doing. We are jumping from one tree to another. We are just changing the dresses because we are only engaged in temporary fruitive activities. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we contemplate and meditate. What kind of desires do we have internally in mind? That is what is going to ultimately come out, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam, tyajti ante kalivram. So when we think about this, it's really very important for us to understand. And then a man who is the husband of the prostitute, Narad Muni had also spoken of a man, right? Now, see, if a person becomes the husband of a prostitute, he loses all independence. So, if we are talking about the unsteady intelligence, and if a person is only engaged in fulfilling the senses, then what are we doing? Our intelligence is polluted, and we are again encircling, entrapping ourselves in the materialistic life. That is why it is very much important to always come under the association of the pure devotees, because they know what is right for us. They can only take us towards they can help us to attain the perfection of this life, because otherwise there is no benefit. Even if we do keep on doing any kind of occupational duty or any kind of duties, anything, it is going to bring us happiness, distress, anything. It could be there, anything could be there, either happiness, distress, but if it is fruitive activities, it is going to bind us. And then what is that particular river? Material nature is functioning in two ways: creation and the dissolution. And what are we doing? We are just being, tossed in the waves of this ocean of nescience. We are not able to go towards the bank, otherwise it will be possible for us to cut you to you just to get out of this river of fruitive activities. And the house is our body. We are made up of 25 elements, but if we consider the Supreme Lord, he is the reservoir. But everything is coming from him, because from where does this 25 elements being created? From the Supreme Lord himself, right? During the creation. So, and who are the swans? They are the Paramhansas. The Paramhansas who help us to understand what is devotional service of the Lord. And because see, the Kal Chakra will continue working, isn't it? So this is the physical object made up of sharp blades and thunderbolts. It is Kal Chakra, eternal time. It will keep on moving. No one can stop it. So this is one of the very beautiful, I mean, I should say very thoughtful. It's easy to speak like this when I'm saying, but the realization is what really matters. So I thought this is really very beautiful to help us understand what is the material, how it is being compared to this allegory, this analogy is there, and not only that, when we talk about this material world, how does the Lord help? So when Parikshit Maharaj was there in the womb, so Parikshit Maharaj was there in the womb of Mother Uttara when Ashwatthama releases the Brahmastra. The Lord comes, the Lord, he comes in the form of Angushtha Matram, in the size of a thumb, and he enters into the womb and he protects Parikshit Maharaj. And what happens? His eyes were blood red with fury, and he was very angry, and he was wearing those yellow. I mean, he was wearing earrings. They were just glazing. And he was very angry actually. And there was his club. It was encircling the Lord when the Lord was protecting Maharaj Parikshit. So this helps us, and not only that, Maharaj Parikshit, while being a child, he could see the Lord because the Lord had taken the shape which was just suitable for Maharaj Parikshit to see. From with respect to his vision, he could see that form. So this is the way the Lord also reciprocates, like the Lord comes for his pure devotees in that particular form, wherein the devotees can see the Lord, and the Lord comes for their protection. So this is what is pure devotional services. Yes, please. Yeah, please continue. From here we can continue.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, please.
Before winning the battle of Kurukshetra, all the Pandavas were put into many dangers as already described in the previous verses. They were given poison They were put into a house of black that was later set fire, and sometimes they were even confronted with great man eating demons. They lost their kingdom, they lost their wife, they lost their prestige, and they were exiled to the forest. But throughout all those dangers, Krishna was there. When the Kauravas were trying to strip Draupadi naked, Krishna was there supplying cloth to protect her honor. Krishna was always there. Therefore, when the Pandavas went to see their grandfather Bhishma Dev on his deathbed, Bhishma Dev began to cry. These boys, my grandsons, are all very pious, he said. Maharaja Yudhishthira, the oldest of the brothers, is the most pious person. He is even called Dharmaraj, the king of religion. Bhima and Arjuna are both devotees and they are such powerful heroes that they can kill thousands of men. Their wife Draupadi is directly the goddess of fortune, and it has been enjoined that wherever she is, there will be no scarcity of food. Thus, they all form a wonderful combination. And moreover, Lord Krishna is always with them, but still they are suffering. Thus, he began to cry, saying, I do not know what is Krishna's arrangement, because such pious devotees are also suffering. Therefore, we should not think because I have become a devotee, there will be no danger or suffering. Prahlad Maharaj suffered greatly, and so did other devotees like the Pandavas and Haridas Thakur. But we should not be disturbed by such sufferings. We must have firm faith, firm conviction, knowing Krishna is present and he will give me protection. Don't try to take the benefit of any shelter other than Krishna. Always take to Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. My dear Arjuna, you may declare to the world that my devotee is never vanquished. Now one may ask, why did Krishna advise Arjuna to declare this? Why did he not declare it himself? The answer is that if Krishna himself made this declaration, it might be suspect, because Krishna sometimes violates his own promise. But the promise of a devotee will never be violated. This is Krishna's concern. Oh, my devotee has declared this. I must see that his word is kept. This is Krishna's position because of his affection for his devotee. Therefore, Lord Krishna said, you declare it. If I declare it, people may not believe it. But if you declare it, they will believe you because you are a devotee. Even though Krishna may break his own promise, he wants to see that the promises of his devotees are fulfilled. Therefore, we must take to Krishna consciousness and adapt to this consciousness under all circumstances, even in the most dangerous position. We must keep our faith in Krishna's lotus feet, and then there will be no danger. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, Mataji, there is this verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, that is chapter, this one, passing away of Bhishma Dev. Yes. So, verse number 16, Lord Krishna's inconceivable plan. Like, why all these atrocities are happening. So if we talk about this, that as Mataji has covered, initially, we have seen in our subsequent classes also in the previous sessions that there were so many atrocities that happened that were given to Pandavas, so much, they suffered a lot. They were put into so many dangers. There was poison given to them. Their house was put into that lack, they were asked to stay in that particular house, Lakshagre Dehen. Then even that Hidam episode, right, where great man-eating demons were there, they lost their kingdom, they lost their wife because of that match. So they were ultimately, finally, they were exiled to the forest. But there was one particular thing, whatever anything happened, in case whatever happened to with them, only Lord Krishna was always there with them. He never left them. He was all they were always in his under their protection, under his protection and under his guidance. So that is what is mentioned, even uh, when Pandavas went to see Bhishma Dev, he was crying. He was thinking, "Oh, you have not done anything bad to anyone." Maharaj Yudhishthir was Dharmaraj. He is even called Dharmaraj, the king of religion. But once there was something that happened, uh, why actually he is known as Dharmaraj, but once he did not fulfill the name, according to what he is known as. Like, for example, once Lord Krishna had told him to mention that Ashwathama, that, he has to say that Ashwathama mara gaya, kind of a thing, that Ashwathama is dead. Ashwathama is dead in the war, because they wanted to kill Dronacharya, isn't it? So what happens? They tell Maharaj Yudhishthira that you have to say this, and he was like, "No, no, how can I tell this? I cannot lie. I am Dharmaraj." But what was it right actually? Yes. In case if you would like to give your viewpoints, please.
Yes, Mataji.
If you
He
know
was
about this
Dharmaraj.
incident,
Yes, yes, Mataji.
he was Dharmaraj, and he said, "I." What did he do? What did he say after saying Ashwathama is dead? What did he add? He
That is
added one
that
sentence.
was elephant.
Hatha
Elephant
Kunjara.
instinct. Kunjara. Yes, right.
Kunjara.
Both Matajis are right. Yes, thank you. So, was he right on his behalf? Was he right? Whatever
Yes,
he did, was
Mataji.
he right?
Yes,
Yes,
because it
yes,
is
yes.
advised by Lord himself. So it is.
The Lord advised himself to say Ashwathama is dead.
There.
But
But he was
whatever
like,
he added from his end, was it right?
yes, yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, because he was his guru's son also, no? And moreover, he never used to lie. He was Dharmaraj. So he can't violate his principles.
Okay, Mataji, thank you. So, actually, he
That's
was
what I
not
think,
right.
Mataji. That's what I think.
Okay.
Maybe I was wrong.
No, no, no. Thank you, Madhi. Thank you for sharing. That's why we are having it, no? The discussion for everyone's, it's for us. So, actually, he was not right. Why? Because he was told by the Lord himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, whatever instructions are being given by the Lord, he was surrendered to the Lord, but still he added from his end. He did not believe in completely in the words of the Lord. When he said you have to say this, why Arjuna was fighting the war? Why? Because it was told by the Lord, right?
Yes.
Whatever is
It's
happening,
good.
because you are doing it as a service to me. And when the Lord is saying it is right, so the Lord had to blow the conch shell. He knew that he's going to do this mistake. And so the Lord blew the conch shell when Maharaj Yudhishthira
Very
was saying
tricky
that particular
situation,
thing.
Mataji. Very
Yeah,
tricky
so this is what
situation.
is.
On the other hand, he had his guru's son also. So he was going
Uh,
against his principle. Yes, Krishna said what he has to follow. But it's a very,
yeah.
very tricky situation.
So, Mataji, when we talk about the Shastras, there are a few Shastras like Niti Shastra, Dharma Shastra, Artha Shastra. But above all is what covers everything is the instructions of the Lord. So
Yeah,
that way
that
is
is true.
considering that actually there is one of the thing that has happened only because of this particular thing. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but what I remember from the various sessions till that point in time, Maharaj Yudhishthir's, chariot used to fly in the air. Because of that episode, because of that incident, because of that past time, it touched the ground.
Oh,
That has happened. Yeah, so this was the mistake from Maharaj Yudhishthir's side. So this has happened
yes.
with him.
Yes, I didn't know,
Yeah,
Mataji.
so
Yeah, good you told us.
yeah, so that is what Arjuna had full faith, full conviction in the Lord. So yeah, and Draupadi, we understand she's the goddess of fortune. She is like no lady, she always maintained her chastity. Even though she had five husbands, she was always chaste. She was a very chaste and faithful wife. And no, and the way she appeared from the Agni. All of us know, right?
Yeah.
And she always had that Akshay Patra. It was gifted to her, so there was never scarcity of food also.
Mataji,
But
who gave it to
as
her?
I need
Okay, I
to
think
check
Surya.
Mataji, I'm really
Surya,
not
Surya
sure.
Bhagavan. I think Surya,
Surya Bhagwan. Okay,
son of Lord.
okay.
Yeah. I mean,
So
the sun Lord.
okay,
I think so.
okay. I'll also check Mataji. No
Yeah.
worries. Thank you, Mataji. So
No,
thus we understand.
Lord Krishna only gave Akshay Patra to Draupadi when they were in the exile in the forest.
Okay,
I,
Mataji, I'm
I
I'm sorry. I'm really not sure about this. I have to check who
check
gave
Mataji.
the
Okay,
Akshay
let us
Patra.
know. Check Anita.
Yes, please, I'll check. Sure, thank you. So yeah, we understand whether they are in danger or the sufferings, like Prahlad Maharaj or Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur. So what kind of he was beaten in the 22 marketplaces, Srila Haridas Thakur, but the Lord Himself appeared to save him, and he was taking the beatings, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, actually, it helps us to understand about what is surrender, what is firm conviction, as it is mentioned here. What is that firm conviction of knowing the Lord? Krishna is present and He will give me protection. That is what is mentioned. And the Lord Himself says, why does the Lord say, the Lord asks Arjuna, you declare, na me bhaktya pranashyati. Why? Because the Lord may say, okay, whatever, the Lord can break His own promise, but if a devotee makes any promise on behalf of the Lord, then that promise is always to be fulfilled because that is what the Lord ensures. So, this is what we understand. And when we were talking about Maharaj Bhishma Dev, he says, why so much suffering has come to you? Because the Lord wanted them to be glorified. The Lord always glorifies his pure devotees. And so, if there is a Lord's inconceivable plan, then we should accept it and we should follow it because that is what ultimately is the ultimate goal of our of the human life, basically. That we have to render eternal service to the Lord. And when we say eternal devotional service to the Lord, it is basically through manasa, vacha, and karmana, completely, through the body as from the subtle at the subtle level, at the gross level, through our mind, body, and words. And that is what we understand. So therefore, when and who has helped us to understand all this? It is only by the mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all mercy of Srila Prabhupada, that we are able to understand these instructions with the help of the bona fide spiritual masters. So that is why we must keep our faith in Krishna's lotus feet, and then there will be no danger. This is basically shown to us, yad yad acharati shreshtas. So this is taught to us. This is we are Rupanugas. We follow the instructions and we follow in the footsteps of our previous acharyas. So all our acharyas are Guru Parampara and Srila Prabhupada. All of them are there to help us, understand this. What is the to understand what is the power of devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. With this, I end this session. Thank you, and please forgive me if I made any mistakes, and it may it help me in my purification, and I hope it pleased and it was in the parampara. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarubhesha kripa sindhubhya evcha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Thank
Thank
you
you,
everyone.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat
Wonderful
pranam.
class, Mataji.
Thank you,
Wonderful
Very
class.
Mataji.
nice class, Mataji.
Yeah,
Thank
lot
you.
of
Krishna.
things we
All
learned.
glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji, if
Mataji.
we have
Thank you,
any
Mataji.
questions, we
Pranam.
can take it up quickly.
Pranama. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam.
Thank you, Mataji.
Shall we end the session then, Matajis?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you so much. Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you. Hare
Matajis.
Krishna.
Dandavat pranam.
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Not audible, Mataji.